For over 1,000 years, Shaolin monks have trained their bodies into steel and their minds into silence. They could stand on one finger, shatter bricks with their palms, and meditate through the freezing snows of winter. But their real secret wasn't strength. It was energy control, the ability to command the body's inner power through breath, focus, and discipline. Most men today have lost that connection. After 50, your body slows, your drive fades, and your mornings feel heavier than they used to. But it's not age that's stealing your power. It's the loss of flow. Your blood doesn't move the same way. Your breath stays shallow. And your hormones, especially testosterone, begin to fade in silence. The monks understood something science now confirms. When you align breath, posture, and focus, your entire hormonal system resets. So today, I'll guide you through 5 Shaolin-inspired exercises designed to rebuild your strength, sharpen your focus, and naturally reignite your testosterone without weights, without pills, and without excuses. Wherever you are in the world, and however old you are, take a deep breath. Your training begins now. Every Shaolin journey begins with the horse stance. It looks simple, just standing with your legs wide and knees bent, but it's one of the most powerful postures ever created, because it doesn't just build muscle, it forges roots. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width apart. Point your toes slightly outward. Now, lower your hips until your thighs are almost parallel to the ground, as if you're sitting on an invisible horse. Keep your spine tall, chest lifted, and eyes forward. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Then breathe, deeply, slowly, with intention. At first, your legs will shake. Your mind will beg you to stop. But hold, even for 30 seconds, because in that trembling, something ancient awakens. Your breath begins to sink into your lower abdomen, the same area that governs your testosterone, circulation, and inner drive. Shaolin masters say, power comes from the ground. And science agrees. Activating your quads, glutes, and pelvic floor boosts blood flow and stimulates natural hormone production. Feel the burn in your thighs. That's your vitality reigniting. Feel the steadiness in your spine. That's your focus returning. And when your mind wants to escape, stay. Because every second you hold this stance, you're teaching your body what strength truly means: stillness under pressure. When your roots are steady, it's time to find your balance, light, precise, and focused like a crane. In Shaolin training, after grounding comes balance. The horse stance taught you to hold power. Now the crane teaches you to control it. Stand tall. Shift your weight slowly onto one leg. Lift the opposite knee to hip height, keeping your spine straight and your chest open. Your arms extend gently to the sides like wings, calm, stable, effortless. Fix your eyes on a single point in front of you and breathe through your nose. Inhale deep, exhale slow. At first, you'll wobble. Your ankles will fight, your hips will sway. That's not weakness. That's your body learning communication again. Your nervous system reconnects with your core, your breath, your focus. The crane stance trains neural stability. It wakes up the small muscles around your spine, hips, and abdomen that men often lose with age. And here's the science behind the stillness. Balance training improves testosterone indirectly by lowering cortisol, the stress hormone that suppresses it. Each calm breath resets your endocrine system, improving coordination between brain and body. Hold the pose for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. Feel the control, not the strain. You're teaching your body to stay calm even when it trembles. That's focus under fire, the mark of real power. The monks call this stilling the wind within, because when your balance steadies, your energy stops leaking. And when energy stops leaking, it begins to rise. Now that your balance is awake, let's bring that power into motion, flowing between strength and grounding in one continuous wave. Shaolin masters say, stillness builds strength, but flow builds life. After grounding like the horse and balancing like the crane, now it's time to make that energy move. Begin in a high plank, hands under shoulders, spine long, legs strong. Engage your core, inhale deeply through your nose. Now exhale slowly and shift your hips back and down, letting your knees bend as you move into a deep, low squat. Feet flat, chest lifted, eyes forward. Pause here. Feel your hips open, your breath expanding into your belly. Then press your hands into the floor and glide back to the plank. That's one flow. Move with control, not speed. Each repetition should feel like a wave rising and returning to shore. This movement trains what modern science calls dynamic stability, the balance between strength, flexibility, and coordination. It pumps blood through your pelvic region, improves circulation to your lower spine, and activates muscles linked to testosterone production. More oxygen, more nitric oxide, more hormonal balance. After 5 or 6 rounds, you'll feel warmth spreading through your body, not from strain, but from flow. That's your internal energy unblocking. You're no longer forcing power, you're allowing it. Shaolin monks use movements like this to unite breath and motion, body and mind. It's not just exercise, it's energy training. You've learned to flow with strength and purpose. Now, let's test your endurance by walking with power and patience. If the horse stance built your roots, the low horse walk tests how deep they truly go. In Shaolin temples, this movement is known as a test of patience, of muscle, breath, and will. Because only when you can move through discomfort with calm focus do you truly own your power. Start in the horse stance, feet wide, knees bent, thighs nearly parallel to the ground. Keep your spine straight, chest open, and gaze steady. Now, shift your weight slightly to one side and step slowly with the opposite foot. Small, controlled, deliberate. Then the other side. 3 steps to the left, 3 to the right. Never rise up, never rush. Your legs will burn. Your breath will deepen. That's the forge of strength. This movement activates your quads, glutes, hamstrings, and pelvic stabilizers, the powerhouse muscles that drive testosterone and blood flow. By keeping your body low, you create microstress, the good kind, that triggers natural growth hormone and testosterone release. It also trains mental stillness through motion, a state where the body burns but the mind stays cool. Remember, pain isn't punishment, it's communication. It's your body saying, I'm alive again. Perform this walk for 30 to 60 seconds each direction. Move like a warrior in meditation, silent, focused, grounded. When you rise, your blood will feel like fire beneath your skin. That's endurance, not just in muscle, but in spirit. When your body burns, your energy awakens. Now, let's cool the fire and restore calm flow with the final movement. In the Shaolin tradition, the final movement is never about power. It's about surrender. Because true strength isn't just in holding tension, it's in learning how to release it. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Take a deep breath in, lifting your arms slowly toward the sky, palms facing upward, eyes following your hands. Feel your spine lengthen, your ribs expand. Now exhale and begin to fold forward from the hips, not the waist, keeping your back straight until the last moment. Let your arms hang. Let your head drop heavy. Let gravity do its work. This is the Shaolin forward bend, inspired by the 6th posture of the ancient Baduanjin. Touch heaven, bow to earth. It stretches the hamstrings, spine, and lower back, areas where most men carry silent tension. As blood flows downward, it nourishes your brain and pelvic organs, releasing stress hormones and resetting your circulation. Science now shows that this type of inversion helps reduce cortisol and enhance nitric oxide, key factors in restoring testosterone balance. But more than that, it restores flow. When you breathe deeply here, your body shifts from fight or flight into recovery, the same state where healing, regeneration, and desire return. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing slow, allowing the energy to settle. Then rise with control, vertebra by vertebra, until you stand tall again. Notice the clarity in your breath, the quiet in your mind. This is where strength meets stillness, where motion becomes meditation. And that's the essence of Shaolin training. Power that flows, not fights. Strength isn't something you chase, it's something you remember. These 5 Shaolin-inspired exercises aren't just movements. They're a return to discipline, breath, and focus. They remind your body how to circulate power again, and remind your mind how to stay calm in its presence. The monks didn't train for appearance. They trained to master their biology, the flow of blood, breath, and energy that modern men often lose. When you practice these movements daily, even for just 10 minutes, your posture changes, your hormones rebalance, and your drive quietly returns. Because what you're rebuilding isn't just muscle or endurance, it's identity. The part of you that refuses to fade. The part that knows strength and peace can live in the same body. So take these exercises, make them your ritual, move slowly, breathe deeply, and let stillness be your new power. I'm Dr. Helen Carter. Stay grounded, stay powerful, and let your strength speak in silence.